Hello everyone, and welcome to Jelly Bean Travels. Hello my guys, how are you? Today we're sitting enjoying an overcast day, but I have a day off work, so just gotta get out, some fresh air. So today I'm going to talk about my favorite travel day that I've ever had, traveling ever. So I've been traveling for I have to say maybe 11 years, which is literally insane to say. I feel so honored to have experienced so much of the world, and I hope there's still much more to come of that. So I have done, just I guess a little bit about me before we get into the story, is that I have done, oh my god, 20, mid-20s amount of countries of the world. Yep, I haven't touched Africa and Antarctica yet. I did have a goal of going to all the continents before I turned 25. However, COVID hit, kind of ruined a lot of the plans, and then just every goal went out the window. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. So I've been to Europe 3 times. Once on a Kentucky, once by myself, and once with family, which was my recent trip back in September, October. I've done Thailand twice. Once was just for a concert, which was really cool. I've done Indonesia 3 times. I've done Malaysia, Japan, Korea I've been to twice. One time was for 3 months. I lived there for 3 months. Second time was with my cousin. I've done New Zealand, and then I've also done Canada, US, Mexico, Peru, and Bolivia. And it's funny that I end on Bolivia, actually, not on purpose, because Bolivia, South America in general is so incredible, and I highly recommend to anyone who hasn't traveled before, go to South America, especially if I guess it depends on your travel preferences, right? Some people love big cities, some people love nature, some people, it depends on your travel preferences. But if you love nature, being with the locals, any of that stuff, highly, highly, highly recommend Bolivia, Peru. My favorite travel night ever traveling, I have to say, is Bolivia. Let's just get right into it, shall we? So I was solo tripping. This was a solo trip through North and South America. But I did do small trips, small group tours throughout it, just because I heard it wasn't very safe. So this was actually back in 2018. So it was, 8 years ago. But oh my gosh, I need to go back. The more I think about it, the more I want to go back so bad. Or if I say a lot, something I'm trying to work on. But anyway, I did a solo trip. I just finished Machu Picchu. I just made some friends that was a part of my small group tour, and then it ended in La Paz in Bolivia, and La Paz was awesome as well. Very beautiful. Fantastic, right? Anyway, so then I joined another small group tour to do Sala de Uyuni, which is the world's largest salt flat, and I believe it was a 2 or 3 night trip. It wasn't something too crazy. So got in a car, went to Sala de Uyuni, and then we just drove. We drove and drove and drove for hours at a time on these huge salt flats. Just drove. It was crazy how large these salt flats are. Then, we did the touristy stuff. I believe from my memory, again, this was we're talking 8 years ago, there was a restaurant made of salt, which was pretty cool, or a hotel made of salt, where you stop and you can take photos and stuff. Then also there's if you Google Sala de Uyuni Bolivia, you see this place where there's like lots of flags of all the different countries of the world and stuff, which is pretty cool, and you get photos there. And I actually went at the perfect time, because sometimes Seladi Uni, it's very dry, and so when you take photos, you're just on what looks like white sand. Sometimes when you go, it's very, very wet and the water's too high and it's not very fun. The time that I went was sort of in between, where it was wet, but it was only up to like just covering my foot to my ankle, like roughly. And you can jump and you can take all the cool photos of like, pretty much it turns into a mirror. It turns into a mirror, so it looks like the reflection. It's really cool. I have a photo of me jumping in the air. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but that's not even like the best part. So I think it was the second night we arrived at this place where there was like no real electricity, and like again, we're in the middle of like a desert, almost like a salt desert. So there's not much electricity, there's no lights around, there's no other big buildings, there's like none of that. And then we have dinner, we eat, and then they say, you know, oh, there's actually a natural hot spring that's like down, just, it was like flat kind of, but like just like down that way, it's like, I can't even tell you now, guys, maybe like 100 meters, like it was so close. So, but we all got in our swimmers and we all rugged up in our towels because it was freezing, like I said. And then we went to the hot spring. So it might just sound like a hot spring or whatever, but like when we got there, again, I don't know these people. I met them maybe the day before, maybe the day before that, but we're all in this hot spring. And like, tell me why. You can see every single star in the sky. I mean every single star. And I mean like the Milky Way. I saw like 7 shooting stars that night. I saw everything. I feel like I saw like the universe, you know, like this is, and like, oh, sorry, I keep saying like too, that's annoying. But I was there with a bunch of strangers. We're all talking about why we're traveling, why we're doing what we're doing, why, how we all ended up randomly in a hot spring in the middle of the Bolivian desert. Like, how did that happen? And what brought us there? And just like talking to all these strangers under, like, with no light, and just enjoying our time, enjoying our life, and just, I don't know what it was, but it was really magic. It made me realize, like, this is why I love doing this. Like, I love getting to know people. I love talking to people. I love hearing people's stories. I love knowing what they're doing. I love knowing who they are, what their ambitions are. And then not only that, but I love the sky. I love that there was 1,000,001 stars in the sky. I love that it was just magic. I don't know. And then again, like, we're talking, we're looking at the stars, and just, I don't know. And then I guess, like, when you're looking at stars like that, you're contemplating, like, wow, we're just like specks of dust on like this little planet, you know, like what? And then you go like, what's the meaning of everything? Like, what's this? And we're having these conversations, and it was just really, really cool. But anyway, so that was like my favorite night of traveling ever. I hope to relive that one day. I'd love to go back. But I do have like more awesome freaking travel stories. Like, even Peru was freaking sick. Even just like me solo traveling like all of America, have no idea what I'm doing. Europe. Oh my god, I have just so many travel stories, and I'd love to share them with you. So please let me know what you think of this one. If you do want more travel stories, again, I'm happy to share. I guess with this channel, I'm hoping to share stories. I'm hoping to share tips, tricks, and recommendations, places to stay. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. I'm happy to help with any traveling that you're doing. I guess I want to help people is the biggest thing, is I want to help people in whatever that means. Alright guys, please like and subscribe. I hope this is good. I hope it's not drawn out. Thank you for joining me on this ride, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.